Hello mga katribu and welcome to another episode of PairFect. I'm Francine Marquez.
And I am Dinah Ventura. For today's episode, we are joined by a general manager of a five-star hotel at the heart of Manila with a grand view of the Manila Bay.
And being at the heart of Manila, it's near the airport, shopping, entertainment hubs, convention and exhibit centers, and even tourist attractions like Intramuros, Rizal Park, and the world's oldest Chinatown.
It's luxurious yet accessible and affordable. Let's know more about this five-star hotel that is leading as a holiday and staycation destination from its general manager, Marc Kerckofs. Good afternoon, and how are you, sir?
Good afternoon, ladies. I'm feeling good. I'm very happy to meet you.
We hope we pronounced your surname correctly.
Yeah, it's okay.
And we suppose you're in your office right now. Which part of the hotel is that?
I'm using now one of our suite rooms.
Oh, wow.
It's more beautiful than my office. That's why.
And I can already sense the luxury that's inside that space.
Yeah, it's a very big room.
Tell us, Mark, how is the new Coast Hotel faring right now with the health restrictions eased and maybe after how is occupancy like during Holy Week, the Holy Week break?
We started again. We opened our doors in December last year, only a few months ago. And as you know, January was a very bad month for everything because of the high rates of COVID. But when the government decided that tourists can come in again, that was February 10, we actually had a very fast pickup for the hotel, mostly guests that book online.
Wow.
And we are more at an average of 65 to 70% occupancy right now.
Wow, pretty good.
Yes, that's nice. That's good to know.
Yeah,
So,
actually, it's better than I expected because tourists come in, but it's not so high like in 2019. It's still much lower than before.
So I would say that there are a lot of revenge staycationers right now who just want to feel so relaxed.
yeah,
probably.
change of scene,
Yes,
right?
without leaving the metro.
Yeah, that's true. I think many people, they were locked up for 2 years actually, and they really like to go out now. That's why they often go to hotels to enjoy and relax.
That's right. So, Mark, with business picking up, how are you as a general manager? Are you enjoying a more fast-paced work life?
Yes, because the lockdown was very boring. I'm sure you agree with me. Because you cannot do much. You're so locked up, you know. At a hotel, I like to see the people coming in and out, people that are happy, people that like to get pampered by us. That's the dream of every hotelier, to see the people smile.
Right.
So I'm glad it's back to, it's not 100% normal, but it's almost normal now.
I can imagine you're probably the kind of general manager who really walks around the hotel, visits all the places, welcomes the guests who come in.
Yeah, I like to see the guests. I also have breakfast every day together with my guests.
Oh,
I like to see all these happy faces. That gives me a good feeling.
Yeah.
and we'd like to see a happy GM also when we visit the hotel, right? Yeah, so tell us, I think the hotel was built from an old structure, am I right? From an old building?
No, no.
Oh, it was built from ground up.
Yes, the hotel was built, but it's already 15 years ago.
I
It's
see.
a new building. 15 years ago, it was a new building. And
Okay,
it started as Hyatt Hotel.
I see, I see. And then I've seen the website, beautiful, beautiful pictures. But tell our audience, what amenities or facilities make you proud of New Coast Hotel? Are these the same reasons that set New Coast Hotel apart from its competitors? Or are there more that we haven't seen? More that will be opened?
Yes, we are opening our facilities gradually. Uh, we didn't open everything at once since the business is not yet 100%. I mean, the tourists not 100% coming in, so we do it gradually. But now almost every week we add something to the facilities. Uh, for this hotel, I can say we are proud because our mission is that we offer luxury but for an affordable price.
Yes.
So we really want to attract customers that normally will not stay in a luxury hotel, but we offer such a good price that it's more accessible to a bigger group of people. That's why we are very popular actually, although not so many tourists come in, but we already have a very good occupancy since we have a very good rate. We like many people to enjoy our hotel.
Okay.
You said you want more people to come in, and that uh, I think you are also encouraging big groups of guests to come in. Are there special configurations in the rooms, for instance, like do you have family rooms for that matter?
Uh, our hotel in general, we have big rooms. The smallest room is like 38 square meters, which is already a big size. Because the more newer hotels, they have smaller rooms actually. For us, it's easy to set up additional beds in a room. We have enough space for that. So it's very convenient for groups or families.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, I saw the picture of Market Cafe. GM, what are the best food recommendations from your hotel?
Um, we have every day a buffet breakfast, and we are also open for walk-in guests. The price is 850 for a buffet breakfast. We have daily many people that come in actually from outside for our breakfast.
Oh, wow. That's good to know.
Then we have every weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we have a buffet which is specialized in seafoods and also in carvings. But it's really a wide buffet. That is, everything you can find.
Yeah, so
Of
seafood.
course, we go to hotels for the buffet, right? What's a stay without trying out all that smorgasbord of good treats, eats, and all?
I think really people are eager to go out and start eating buffets again, in buffets again.
And
But-
For me, that's my come on. The moment I wake up, I look forward to the buffet.
buffet.
And of course, seeing our GM at the area itself saying hello to guests, that gives some cheer to mornings.
Yeah, so something
You
that
find me in the breakfast every day.
that's something to look forward to for
Yes,
guests. So take note. But of course, before all this, people were stuck at home for nearly 2 years because of the pandemic. What challenges did you encounter during this time, and how did you adapt to them?
During the pandemic, actually, we were in a way lucky because we had an exclusive deal with the company who had their long-staying guests in our hotel. We were closed for the public, but we were still able to accommodate this company for 2 years.
Okay.
So we were still operational, and we still had income, of course, with a reduced staff, but our hotel was still generating income actually.
Okay. That's good.
Wow. Dinah, I think I've only stayed in one hotel during this entire
years.
pandemic. How about you? I think we also stayed at the same hotel, in fact.
Yes. I've stayed in 2.
Okay, that's a
actually,
good
but they were
number.
both
Good
out of
number.
town.
Yes, good number. So, as you can see, mga katribu, we're just starting to warm up. But before we continue, we'll take a short break. PairFect will be back.
Okay.
Ako po ay kabahagi ng isang alyansa ng mga kandidato ngayong national elections na nananawagan po ng pagkakaisa. Ako po si Sara Duterte. Handa po akong magserbisyo sa ating bayan. Hinihingi ko po ang tulong at suporta ninyo para sa pagka-vice presidente ng ating bansa.
Mga impormasyong direktang makukuha mula sa sources at diretsahang usapan. Yan ang ating daming sa inyo sa programang Straight Talk. Samahan nyo kami sa makabuluhang talakayan live tuwing Martes alas 10 ng umaga sa official Facebook page ng Daily Tribune at Tribune Now on YouTube.
Welcome back to PairFect. Still with us is the General Manager of New Coast Hotel. And before the break, we were talking about how they were coping during the
Yes.
pandemic and how people are starting to come back to staying in hotels again and dining out and trying the buffet.
Yes.
So now, Mark, we're curious with how you maximized your staff's productivity. And now that there are more visitors, what is the staff most excited about?
For the staff, when the pandemic struck us in 2020, of course, just like many hotels, we were forced to reduce our staff. But during the 2 years pandemic, we were able to work with many people during the time for skeleton force. So they didn't have full-time schedule, but we still try to give income to most of our staff.
Okay.
Now that we are open again, the good thing is we are again hiring additional people, and a very important thing for the staff is of course the service charge. So since our hotel is picking up again, the service charge also goes up, which is very good of course for our people.
Wow.
Okay.
And now that summer is coming in, are there particular promotions that you want to share with our viewers?
Yes, we have. We are doing many actions now because to me, hotel is more than just a room and a bathroom. Hotel to me is really to get pampered. It's otherwise I talk about a condominium. There you have a bed and you have a shower. But hotel to me is much more than that. It's really getting pampered. To have service everywhere. So now, before we opened our pool, but lately we also opened the pool bar. So
Oh,
people can offer drinks and food while they are swimming.
nice.
Then, of course, as I said, the buffet, it's very attractive for the Filipino people.
Of course.
Now, another thing that we plan to do is we will open our lounge
Okay.
on May 4. And that lounge, it is a special concept. We will have in the daytime, it will be a coffee and pastry shop. And in the evening, it will be a tapas bar with live music.
Wow.
Oh, nice. We'll check that out.
Yes. Of course, you have a very good view of
The bay.
sunset and Manila's iconic sunset, Manila Bay's iconic sunset. What's the best way to enjoy that from your hotel?
Yeah, so not all rooms, but many rooms have indeed a view on the bay. That's what people like because often there are groups who want to stay here and they compare us with other hotels. And often they choose us because of the nice view.
Yes.
we won many deals because of the view.
Wow.
Not all hotels here have the same view as us, and that seems to be important for many people.
Yes, it is.
And now also at the Manila Bay we have the White Beach, which is still ongoing, but that also gives a better picture of the Manila Bay.
Okay.
Yeah, and especially since our travelers also want to do some IG-worthy photographs.
Yeah, correct.
You're right, right.
Diba? Parang you want it memorable and looking good for the gram.
GM, I remember going to that hotel when it was still New World, and I was wondering if what changes were made during the rebrand of this hotel.
It's a bit a bad timing because on January 1, 2020, we changed to New Coast Hotel, and then actually 2 months later, the pandemic started. So just when we changed our brand, we had the pandemic, so we were not able to do much about it. It's only now that we can start with our new branding and yeah, try to get more people to our hotel.
Okay, so does this mean that you're going to be keeping the restaurants that used to be there? You'll keep the
Yes.
Japanese, sorry, the Chinese. The Jasmine was really good, I think.
Yeah. During the pandemic, we closed our Chinese restaurant, but we plan to open it again in May.
Okay.
It was a Chinese fine dining restaurant. The name is Lily.
Lily, that's
Oh.
right.
Lily.
Jasmine pala
It
is
was
another
quite
hotel.
famous.
New World.
It was famous, that's true. Yeah.
Yes.
So we want to start it again,
Alright.
but not now. It will be in May or so, May to June.
Okay.
So slowly but surely, things
Yeah.
are happening in New Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah. GM, I'm sure that in your experience as a hotelier, this has been a very different one because of the pandemic. But we'd like to know more actually about your journey in the hotel industry. How did you end up working in the Philippines for New Coast? Where were you before that?
I'm a chameleon.
Chameleon.
Yes. Because actually I'm an engineer in electronics,
Oh.
and I worked 20 years for international company Philips, if you know Philips.
Yes, of course.
And it's only I came to the Philippines because of Philips sent me here to manage a factory in Laguna. And once my assignment was finished, I decided to stay here, and that's the time I changed to hotel. It was in 2006. That's the first time that I started hotel. And since then, I'm still in the hotel business.
I see. Interesting.
So you've been in the Philippines for more than 10 years.
20 years.
20 years.
Yeah, because first I worked for the manufacturing. I arrived in 2002,
I see.
and 4 years manufacturing. And then 2006 I started with hotel.
I see. So how good is your Tagalog?
Konti lang.
Yeah, and I suppose you've traveled all over the country as well.
Yes, because I'm diving. So for diving, I travel to many places. Also to Coronan. So I dive in many places before.
Oh,
Okay.
that's quite interesting.
What about food?
Yeah.
We always ask this question.
Yes.
How?
What Filipino food do you like?
Oh, many. One of my favorites is pinakbet.
Oh,
Ah,
Yeah. I like pinakbet if it's cooked correctly.
okay.
In this hotel, it's cooked correctly.
okay, we look forward to that.
But
Aside,
there are many dishes that I like. There are so many Filipino dishes like adobo and menudo, and I must say 50% I like it.
Okay.
Not everything, but majority I like.
oh,
Because sometimes foreigners say that Filipino food is not so good, but it is because it's not cooked correctly. In my opinion, if the Filipino food is cooked correctly, it's delicious.
Okay. What
That's
does
right.
it mean correctly? What do you mean by cooking it correctly?
Uh, Too many cooks here, they make shortcuts, they don't do it
uh,
a good way. But if you cook really with your heart and you make a Filipino food, it's really very good.
that's why
Like, like the adobo, that's a very
Yeah.
unique dish. Huh?
that's why they say that's better to taste Filipino food at home,
All right.
where the love is.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
true.
But Mark, you've been in the industry for quite some time. What are your views about the changing travel and tourism scene here in the Philippines?
Changing
The travel and tourism industry. I mean,
yeah.
I think like 20 years before, it was mostly the big companies that were coming in, but now we've also had a whole range of Airbnbs, hotels, uh, all kinds of accommodations. What have you seen during the years that you've been working in the hotel business?
What I see a big change is that in the beginning when I was here, there are much more Western people coming to the Philippines, more on Americans and so. I remember in the beginning, the Americans was the number one nationality coming into the Philippines.
Okay.
But then if you look at 2019, it's more on Korean, Chinese. So the people, the tourists, is it's changing. Now for the hotel, that's a very important change. For also the kind of food that you're serving.
Right.
Change from Western to more Asian food. And also the requirements are a bit different. Then another change that we see is that there are more, like you said, much more low-cost hotels. There are so many now, like for instance, Show Hotel and Red Planet and so. And those are also very popular actually. That's a big change that happened. And another thing now, which is also developing very fast, is the casino hotels.
Okay.
It's also a new kind of business that is developing. So many changes actually in the hotel industry.
Yes, I'm sure New Coast is adjusting very well.
Yes,
So-
and of course, because of its proposition that it gives us affordable luxury,
Yes.
that in itself is quite something new as well, right?
And don't forget the view.
yes, the view.
So we'd like to learn so much more. So please don't leave. We'll be right back. We'll take another break.
PG Party List, kasangga mo, balot 108 iboto. PG Party List, boses natin sa Kongreso. PG Party List, kasangga mo, balot 108 iboto. PG Party List, basic good. Atin to, pagkaisa ng mahig ang mga hinaing. Young and active leaders sa Kongreso, ang boses natin. Tandaan at iboto, balota 108. Civilian realize the projects we dreamed of. PG Party List, vote 108 na. PG Party List, kasangga mo, balot 108 iboto. PG Party List, boses natin sa Kongreso. PG Party List, kasangga mo, balot 108 iboto. PG Party List, basic good. Atin to, PG Party List, atin to.
fun and inspiring na kwentuhan? Sagot na yan ng programang Spotlight ng Daily Tribune. Makipagkwentuhan at kilalanin ng iba't ibang personalidad na kilala sa kani-kanilang larangan. Manood at makinig sa mga inspiring stories na kanilang ibabahagi kasama si Dinah Ventura at Jojo Silvestre. Be ready ng mamangha at matuwa every Thursday alas 2 ng hapon dito lang sa Daily Tribune Facebook page at Tribune Now on YouTube.
Hello, you're still watching PairFect. Marc Kerckofs, New Coast Hotel's General Manager, was telling us earlier about his journey as a hotelier and his insights about the tourism industry. So now let's look at the future, Marc. I know that the hotel is fairly new, but what are your plans for the year probably?
To be honest, it's very difficult now to make long-term plan because the COVID cases, it's much lower now, but I also don't know how this will go the coming months. I hope it's finally over, but we are still all a little bit afraid of what will happen the coming months. I'm very happy that we are now in a normal situation again, and I hope it will really stay like that. But my policy now is go with the flow, see how the market is changing, and try to come with things that the people like. I really want to see what the people like and give that to them. Instead of a push, it's more on a pull from our customers. We also started, recently we started again, and every day we are monitoring what is popular, what is not popular, and we are always trying to change our offer until we find something that the people really like and enjoy. We already have been offering many kind of staycations until we find something that is really very sellable. So it's really, I call it go with the flow, see what the people want and try to offer that.
Wow.
I see. Okay, that's a good strategy. I think a lot of businesses now really cannot tell what's going to
No.
happen in the
Yes,
next
yes,
few
yes.
months.
No, it's very unclear. And there are so many changes now on all ways because, like for instance, China is still in a very strict lockdown. So our number one tourist group is not coming yet.
I see.
Also for casino, it has a very strong effect on casinos that certain nationalities are not coming in yet.
Right.
So it's see what's happening and try to play that card.
I think the domestic market is eager to move
Yes.
around at least.
Yes,
That's
that's
true.
true. That's true. That's also our focus group. Many people are willing to spend money after 2 years of lockdown. I talked to other five-star hotels, and they said the Filipinos, they really want to go out and spend money. That's a comment of many other hotels also.
Right, right.
Well, Marc, I've seen a lot of events happening all over the city again. What about the MICE group, like the convention people, business meetings? Are they back in hotels?
No, so far not yet. No. Many organizers before, they have been organizing things and they always had to postpone or they always had to cancel. And everybody is still in a freeze position, like they don't want to take a risk. They want to see how the coming months will develop before they again do big events or so.
Okay.
People are still afraid of what will the future bring. Will the COVID start again or not? Everybody is a bit in a waiting position.
Yeah, so we're stuck a little bit.
Yeah,
At least in a luxurious space.
Yes, but
yeah,
Not
yeah.
that.
but I'm sure you're looking forward to a time when things will be better and people will be able to travel again, whether from around here or from elsewhere in the world. So, how do you see the New Coast Hotel in the next 5 years? What are your dreams for the property?
Again, we don't have so many long-term plans yet. But for us, I hope we can keep this hotel successful for the coming years. I must say we have very good feedbacks because that's something I like to share with you also. Um, we are number one on TripAdvisor out of 220 hotels in Manila.
Nice.
Yes, and this is based on 3,000 reviews. So based on 3,000 reviews, we are in the number one position in terms of service, how people experience our hotel, and they rate us, and we are in the number one position. So I think that's very important.
Yeah, I think that's a big factor when selecting a
Yes.
hotel along the area.
Reviews.
Yeah,
Yes, and congratulations for that.
thank you.
It means
Because same to me, when I book a hotel, mostly I also book a hotel online. And then I also read on TripAdvisor how the guest comments are. And it's for me a very important input to decide on which hotel to book. So I also hope that many guests will read our reviews, which are very positive, which might push them to book in New Coast Hotel.
and we're very sure they will, considering the nice facilities and quality of service at New Coast Hotel. Well, we wish the best for New Coast Hotel, but we'd also like to lighten up a bit as well, even more. by
Get to
playing
know,
a-
get to know
yes,
GM Mark.
by playing a game, if you don't mind, Mark.
Okay.
It's called Fast Talk, where we present scenarios and you have to answer them as quickly as you can.
Okay.
So if you're ready, Dina,
Yeah.
you can ask the
Okay,
first
so-
question.
First question, what's your personal favorite hotel amenities?
The swimming pool.
I think it's natural because you're a diver. Does that
course.
have something to do with that?
The water.
You're bound for water.
Yeah.
And what's your caffeinated drink of choice? Coffee, tea, or soda?
Coffee.
Oh, what about your alcohol, if ever?
What's your drink
Like
of
what they
choice?
say, your drink of choice.
For alcohol, it's wine.
Okay.
That's
Yes.
good. That's good.
Okay, what keeps you busy outside of the hotel?
Right now, actually, the last 2 years, it's work and sleep.
Okay.
Actually, I didn't travel for 2 years, but during weekdays I stay in the hotel, and during weekends I'm going home to my wife, which is we have a house in Parañaque.
Oh, okay.
So 2 days a week I'm with my wife.
Okay, wow.
When it comes probably to the success of a hotel, do you believe in luck? How much is
Yeah.
luck when it comes to probably building a brand or promoting it?
To me, the whole market situation, that's something we cannot influence. So if the market situation improves, then I will say that's luck.
Okay.
To run the business, I would say that's more based on decisions. That's not so much luck anymore. Luck to me is something that you cannot influence. What you can influence is more based on decision making.
Very
Well,
practical. of you.
I have another question though.
Go.
Because you're an engineer by training,
Yes.
and in engineering, you have to be very specific with everything. It's some
Numbers.
mathematical equations and all, right? How much of being an engineer did you bring in as a hotelier?
I'm very good in numbers, to be honest.
Which is
And,
important.
often when people are using their calculator, I say the result already before they finish.
Oh.
So I'm good in numbers. I'm also good in Excel. I'm good in the financial analysis and so. That's where my engineering background is very good. And another thing is, of course, this building, it's a bit a complicated building with centralized aircon and everything. So we have also technical problems, and to be an engineer is also good to understand the problems better
Okay.
and also to find a way on how to fix it and solve it. So it's, I mean, it's a good background also for hotel, in my opinion.
Okay.
And now I believe so. I
Yeah.
think that's an extra, right?
Oh,
Dina?
you're right. It's important to have that sense of clarity about things.
The entire thing, the bigger picture, which is the building
Yes.
itself.
Okay, so share one fond memory of yours as a hotelier.
One memory,
One fond memory.
as a hotelier,
Yes.
what is fond memory? What is a fond memory?
A fond memory, something that makes you happy or that
Yes,
you
maybe
like to
something that-
remember,
well,
gives you a warm feeling.
Yeah, or something that you basically cannot forget.
Okay.
Something unusual you want to share with us.
Or something funny or something memorable.
No, in a way, for me personally, I was, when you speak about the luck, I was hired on March 1, 2020 in this hotel, and 2 weeks later the pandemic started. Now, maybe if I applied 2 weeks later, they will not hire me because it's pandemic. So I was actually in a way lucky that I started here just before the pandemic.
Well, that's-
So that was really a very strong coincidence that I got this job just before the pandemic started. Actually, that's something that, of course, I personally I will not forget
Right.
because
yes.
I'm happy with my job. I'm happy to be here actually.
Perfect man for the job.
Yes,
perhaps.
and yeah. And I guess it's really, that's I mean, it was meant to be that you're leading the hotel right now because I don't know, when the pandemic happened, there really was no, hotel school didn't prepare you for it or anything, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's
So-
not something that you learn. With this pandemic, there is nothing that you learned before. So it's always go with the flow, see what's happening and then decide. So it's all last minute decisions.
Okay.
And now, describe New Coast Hotel in 3 words.
Well, New Coast Hotel is a 5-star hotel, but we make it accessible to the big public by offering really affordable rates. Not only for the rooms, but also in our restaurant. You know, many 5-star hotels, they charge you more than 200 peso for a Coke. In our hotel, it's like 140 peso.
Okay.
It's almost half of the price of other hotels. Just to give a very simple example.
Okay, so it's affordable.
Yeah, it's very affordable. That's very unique, I think, about our hotel, that we make it affordable. And then still you can enjoy all the luxury of a 5-star hotel. We have everything that 5-star hotel needs to have. So that's unique. And maybe also the good location, because many people like the fact that we are close to Robinson Mall. There's also a lot of nightlife here in Manila. Then for those who like casino, our hotel also has a casino. So there is a lot of entertainment actually.
Okay.
So now I can summarize it for Mark. New Coast Hotel is affordable, it has luxury, and it has a good location. 3
Yay.
words.
And a Gucci Inn.
Of course.
Oh,
of
yes.
course, no doubt. 2 thumbs up for that.
Okay. What's your favorite thing about working in a hotel?
My favorite thing actually is to please the guests. The reason is because my hobby is also cooking. And the reason that I'm cooking is actually to make other people happy. That they say, oh, I like your food, oh, it's delicious. That gives me a lot of satisfaction. Now, if I see that our hotel can make our guests happy, that is my biggest satisfaction of all, to
Right.
be honest. That is my drive. I always say, make the people happy and the profit will follow. I'm not focusing on the profit. I'm focusing on making our customers, our guests happy. That is actually how I always think. And that's my biggest satisfaction.
Okay.
That's a good philosophy, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And that is really in my heart. That is not something I say for commercial reasons. That's really in my heart.
Okay. Wow.
And now, of course, we know that you love diving, so we want to ask your favorite place in the Philippines.
For diving, it's to Bataha Reef.
Wow. Yes.
Yeah, that's really, you can say, you can travel from very far to dive into Bataha Reef. I would recommend it. It's really a #1 spot in the world. Also in Coron, there are nice places for diving. But to me, the Tubataha Reef is really super unique. It's something that I don't forget also.
Any memory about diving in the Tubataha Reefs?
Well,
An encounter with a particular
A
fish?
shark.
Yes, a shark or what?
the Tubataha Reef, it's in the middle of the sea, in the middle of the Sulu Sea. So you need to be on a liveaboard boat
Yes.
for 5 days or so. And then you're really isolated from the world. It's really, you live on the boat and you dive 5 times a day. But if you're under the water, it's really paradise. You see everything. You see, everything you can imagine. You see hammer sharks. You see everything. Yeah.
Angelfish.
Yes.
It's my
the
favorite.
coral?
Yeah, beautiful
garden,
coral, and all kind of fish. There was a time that we say we were surrounded by maybe 200 sharks. Said this is shark soup. So many sharks. That's they call it the reef shark.
There's this diving sign when you see a shark. It's like
Yeah.
that.
But for these reef sharks, you're not afraid of that. But one time there was a big hammer shark who came to us, and that time I was really afraid. Because that's really a very big one. But these reef sharks, they are small and they are cute.
They're cute. Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
And that's when,
nice.
well, I have a friend who dives actually. And then he said it becomes a spiritual experience when you encounter a shark because then you start to pray. Just a joke.
But the sharks in the Philippines, they don't
Yes.
attack people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, warm water sharks, I hear. I'm
really?
not sure.
So,
To know.
Anyway.
but people always talk about the beaches, but the diving in the Philippines is also very, very unique.
Yes.
It's really fantastic to dive in the Philippines.
Yeah, hopefully you can have more visitors to
Yeah.
discover that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mark, for joining us today. We enjoyed learning about you, your experiences, both underwater and at the hotel.
Yes.
So we want to thank you. But first, would you like to give us some parting shots or some
A message
message
to our viewers?
viewers? Yes.
Message to our viewers. I mean, if you don't know about this hotel, you can always try. It's not expensive, so you will not lose a big deal. And also, if people want to know more about the hotel, they can always message us. We have a Facebook page or on our email. We have a team who is always responding to this kind of messages. And also for you ladies, I'm so happy for this interview. So I also like to invite you to our hotel. If you want to pass by, you're always welcome to come over.
We would love to meet you, GM.
Yes, in person.
I'm looking forward to see you too.
We really enjoyed this chat, and we hope you enjoyed it as much as we did.
Yes, very much. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you. And of course, thank you to our viewers, mga katribu, for tuning in. Watch PairFect Live every Wednesday at 2 p.m. on Daily Tribune's official Facebook page and on Tribune Now on YouTube. I'm Francine.
And I'm Dinah.
And this has been PairFect.